What is going on, family? Welcome back to Tea Time TV. Today, we're going to talk about some of the latest updates in the Nolan Wells case. As this is a story that continues to raise questions across the country. Not going to hold you. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you stay up to date with all of our latest current event updates and videos and exclusive content that we posting right here on Tea Time TV. But we're going to jump right into it. As of today, the investigation remains active. The official autopsy has been completed, but what the results have not publicly been released. Nolan's family is continuing to seek transparency and answers, while their legal team is pursuing additional evidence in regards to this case, and that can include subpoenas from social media data, digital records they believe could help establish a clear timeline, and other things that may, add to the verdict or justice that is being sought out in this case. Meanwhile, prosecutors have stated that the investigation is ongoing and that evidence will ultimately be presented to a grand jury once the process is officially complete. So recently, there was another layer that was added to the story after the three young men who were with Nolan launched a legal defense fund, saying they have been wrongly blamed online, saying they're facing harassment, saying that they're facing threats, but at the same time, Nolan's family continues to ask the public not to lose sight of the central question. And that question is, what happened to Nolan Wells? So it's important that we allow investigators to do their jobs while remembering that every person involved deserves due process and that speculation should never replace evidence. But I also want to talk about something that's a little bit bigger in this case. And here on Tea Time TV, we thrive on the awareness of mental health. And that's the mental health conversation that I want to have behind everything that's going on right now. Being an African American male, black male, however you want to, melanated brother, however you want to call it, I've been able to have conversations, offline, with multiple families, multiple people, and just safe spaces where, we're able to discuss this in a little bit of a deeper manner. And for many black families, stories like this just don't reopen conversations about justice. They reopen wounds. There are many people in our communities that carry anxiety, that carry grief, trauma, hypervigilance, and distrust. And this is stuff that has been passed down through generations. So when there's another young black life and that black life is lost, and it's lost under unclear circumstances, it doesn't only affect one family, but it affects an entire community, emotionally, and in some cases physically. Unfortunately, mental health is still one of the least discussed topics in black households because we've been taught to just be strong. And that's just over time through so much that we've overcome and we've been through. We've just been taught to be strong. We've been taught to pray about it. We've heard what happens in the house stays in the house. While faith is powerful, emotional healing also requires conversation. It requires community. And sometimes it can require professional help. Strength is not pretending that things are okay. Strength is asking for help before you break. So in a time like now, if you are truly affected by what's going on, one, detach yourself from the media, detach yourself from the social media, detach yourself from the conversation, give yourself time and space to process. And if need be, seek out for professional help and talk to somebody. In our community, we do have more black voices speaking out. The encouraging part is that a lot of black public figures are helping normalize these conversations. We have people like Taraji P. Henson, who has openly discussed depression, founded initiatives focused on improving mental health resources in black communities. We got people like Charlemagne the God, who has spoken extensively about anxiety and panic attacks, encouraging people in the Black community and worldwide to seek therapy and emotional honesty. Um, Kid Cudi was another one who has shared experiences with depression and suicidal thoughts, showing that vulnerability can save lives. DeMar DeRozan, Naomi Osaka, these are people who've helped change the conversation within sports by speaking openly about depression and anxiety, and the importance of protecting mental health. So when people with millions of followers can admit that they need help, it reminds us common folk, us everyday people, that asking for support is not a weakness. It should be looked at as wisdom. So when we're paying attention to what's going on in this case right now, there's just so much that's coming out. We have the audio that came forward, pretty much changing the timeline of events for Nolan Wells, and when the situation could have occurred that took place with him, as well as different friends speaking out, just in regards of just trying to save face of their name behind what's going on with this case. I personally don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but a lot of people were just coming to me just saying, hey man, you did no kind of video on what's going on. We would love to see what you have to say about it. Like I said, when we are dealing with cases like these, things can get real intense real fast. And one thing that we try to thrive ourselves on here at Tea Time is just trying to stay away from race battles, as that has been an ongoing thing here in America. And the more we speak on it, it does bring awareness. But, I'm just more so about action. So I don't want to get into the full race thing, especially when we do not have all of the facts on the table. We do have the he say, we have the she say, we have the speculations, but we do not have facts. So whatever the outcome of the Nolan Wells investigation, one thing, and I'm speaking within our community, one thing should unite us. We should all be seeking the truth, and we should all want justice, no matter the race, no matter the person, no matter the situation. Whether you're black, white, blue, green, purple, you should want the truth, and you should want justice. And we should care about the emotional well-being of the families, the friends, and the communities that were left behind. So if someone in your life has been acting differently, someone in your life has been a little bit more withdrawn, displaying anger, displaying isolation, or just seems to be becoming emotionally numb, don't ignore it. Encourage them to reach out, or do your due diligence on their behalf and reach out for them to somebody, as it's important, as these things will snowball into greater problems. So let's start the conversation. Sometimes asking, how are you really doing, can save a life. So I'd like to hear from you. How do you think we can continue breaking the stigma surrounding mental health in the Black community while still demanding accountability and justice? Leave your thoughts. Leave your respectful thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video. This is Tea Time TV, where we talk about the truth, we talk about healing, and we talk about transformation. Justice seeks answers. Mental health seeks healing. And our communities deserve both. Peace.